Well, in case you don't know, I'm Will.
And I'm John.
And you asked for it.
I'm glad we got that intro dialed.
Me too.
Finally, it took a couple of years.
It did. Not unlike our handshake.
You want to lead things off, Will?
Sure, yeah. We'll start off, we've got a good mix of questions. Yeah, we'll just jump right into it here. So Taylor Wells, hello Taylor, writes a great question from the Pacific Northwest for John. Is there any relation to volume and bounce of hair and the creation of the D-loop? And I'm glad he said it's for John, and obviously it's not for me, so glad I've been confused.
Well, the D-loop is the key to every spay cast.
It's true.
And I would say that volume and balance, if everything's in sync, you've heard of harmonic vibration?
Yeah, I have heard of that.
It's a phenomenon.
Okay.
And so if the harmonic vibration of the bounce and volume are in sync with my D-loop, then it's going over 100 feet.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've been witness to that on a couple occasions. Yeah. That's really something else.
Yeah. Great question, Taylor.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Taylor.
Yeah, you're done, Taylor.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just go right here. This is fly fishing related.
Yeah, excellent. We always like those.
John R. Cotillo, I bet.
Cotillo. Be my guess.
Cotillo. When fishing a streamer like in the Holy Water, our little trout zone in the Rogue, do you cast and swing the fly like you would for steelhead or strip it across?
I like this one.
It's a good question.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
I always love to get fish on a straight swing. It's my favorite way to hook a fish, so I'll always start by just swinging the fly across and seeing what kind of feedback I get. And if I can get them that way and daydream and swing flies, then that's my favorite. But there is I will, if I'm not getting grabbed, I will change the retrieve, try different retrieves, and there's been many times when that's made the difference. So fishing for trout, I think you want to explore different retrieves.
Without a doubt.
Yep.
Without a doubt.
If you're not getting a straight swing.
Yeah. I think they'll eat it several ways.
Yep.
Several ways.
And different fish might respond to it differently.
Yeah. As you know, I spent a few days on the Missouri River with the Rio crew in October. Mm-hmm. And we did a lot of trout space stuff, and I caught them all ways. I caught them just a dead swing, little twitch movements, and then stripping. So they ate it all three ways. Mm-hmm. Mix it up.
But just real briefly on that, we typically don't do that for steelhead. We let the fly do its magic, but for trout, you do want to explore that. Cool. So moving on, Mike, we've got a great question from Mike B, 1987 here from Instagram. Multi-density heads and tips. I've got the Rio Skagit iFly 500. Is there a good tip that will match up with it? If I run too heavy of a tip, will it throw the setup off or not swing correctly? I like this question. Why don't you jump in there?
Well, I'll fish a multi-density head like the iFlight. If I'm fishing all day and I fish 10 spots, I might fish it in 1 or 2 spots. Mm-hmm. And that being said, you can use a Versaleader, you can use team material, but it's going to get down, and it just depends on the water. If it's too heavy of a tip to throw the setup off, no, it'll swing correctly. What'll happen is if you're trying to swing to the bank, it won't make it.
Yeah, right.
It won't make it. So pick the water you want to fish based on, or pick the line you want to fish based on the water. Use any of those tips.
Yeah, that's a good call. Multi-density tips, I almost think of those heads as tips. You got the iFlight, which is floating to intermediate. You've got the Fist line, another favorite of ours from Airflow, which is three densities, floating intermediate type 3. So I mean, you kind of want to think about it as, floating intermediate and then going into like a T material tip. Then you've got the density running right there. You don't kind of want to go backwards, obviously, but yeah, you can pretty much use any tip you want. And again, using that head as a tip, you probably don't want to use it in every spot. But if you're swinging a nice big slow bucket in the winter and you want the fly to slow down and crawl across, it's a good line to use.
Yeah, best thing to do is experiment.
Experiment, absolutely.
Yep.
But we all have them in our bags here, the multi-density heads, and we really love them.
Yeah,
we
no
really
doubt.
love them.
No doubt. Matt Henderson, great question. Was it the fame, money, or women that first drew you into fly fishing?
That is a really, really great question. Yeah. I don't I don't know quite how to answer that.
Well, it's definitely not the money.
Yeah, that's for sure. We can cross that off. Let's just cross them off as we go. Not the money.
We know that for sure.
Probably not the women. We're both married. I was married really getting into this. So, I definitely like to see gals and
But
waders
she's
out
still
there.
with you.
She's still with me. So
that counts for something.
It does, which is awesome. Thank God for that.
And as George would say, we both outkicked our coverage.
We definitely both outkicked our coverage. So
there you go.
So
there you go.
Not really that. So really, I guess it was the fame.
Yeah, it has to be.
It has to be the fame.
Has to be.
The fame, I think, really
can't put a price on that.
Can't put a price on it. Yeah.
Yep.
Great. Shout out to PNW Landing Nets. Nets, yes. Awesome. Right on, Biddle.
Was that a question or just he's just excited?
I think he was just really excited about the whole thing. So
yeah.
That's the best I can.
I saw Ryan on the way to work today while I was driving.
Was he pumped?
He was texting while driving.
Oh, fuck. That's
yeah. So I texted him while I was driving.
That's illegal in Oregon, just so you know.
Yeah, Biddle, watch yourself.
That's right. Okay.
Greg Glossop from Facebook. Would it be smart to downsize intruders when fishing a smaller stream? Say like going to the Rogue or the Applegate.
Ah, nice. Good one.
Good question. Mm-hmm. You go for it.
Great. Well, I feel like I've been fishing smaller and smaller stuff. We have some stuff right here. This to me is a big fly. Like I'm really going to try to use like a 550 grain head or even more on a fly like that. And they make a mini version of that, which I've fished quite a bit to real success. So I'm really more and more fishing a smaller fly and just making sure it's fishing where I want it to be. So, but sometimes with off-color water, whatever you want that fly to show up. So I don't know if it's really about the size of the river as much as it is about the clarity of the water and just making sure that profile shows up for the fish. That's what I would say.
Yep, water conditions dictate fly size and color.
Perfection.
Yep. You're up, buddy.
I'm up. Okay. So Bo Did from Instagram asks, who has a better starting backcourt, Blazers, Warriors, or Lakers? And he says, what? Yeah, I feel bad because I love basketball and I'm usually really into it, but I just haven't got there this year. So I feel undereducated to this question's a little bit over my head. So I'm sorry about that because I'm kind of the basketball guy around here.
Yeah. Well, I once scored 17 points in a junior varsity game. So
nice.
I feel qualified to answer this.
Jump in there.
Warriors.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I guess by default.
Portland fans.
Yeah. Okay.
I fouled out, and I fouled out in the second quarter. So that's.
That's good knowledge.
Scott Crosby off of Facebook. Cros is one of our favorites. He fired out at least 3 questions, but we're going to answer one of them, Scott.
Typically how we kind of take in the the influx from Crosby. We're usually about 1 out of 3, I'd say.
1 out of 3,
Yeah,
and then a
that's
couple
about right.
thumbs up on the others.
Yeah,
We love you, Cros.
we love you.
Just giving you a hard time.
You know it.
Do you prefer shanks or tubes for swinging pleasure, and why?
God, that's a great question. You know, it's so funny. In principle, I actually prefer tubes, but in practice, I probably reach for shanks more just for the ease of it. You know, I've been kind of trying to get over to tubes for a long time, and I feel like this year I'm really going to make a bit more of an effort. But shanks are just, it's just easy to grab that fly and tie it on, and off you go. There's so many great shank flies out there.
Sure. I tie on shanks. I just like tying on better. So that's what I fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think on a tube, you know, you've got the potential to change the hook and, you know, easy, and there's a lot of advantages there, but yeah, they're all good.
If I had more time on my hands, I might be
Explore it.
more of a tube fly guy.
Yeah.
But, you know, working 3 days a week here in the shop, I just can't find the time to figure out the tube fly.
It's tough. It's
I mean,
tough. I mean,
that's-
you're really limited on
Yeah,
time.
that's
Yeah.
like 80 hours a week,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
I can relate.
Yeah.
Are you got one? I got one?
You got
I
you're
got
up.
one.
You're up.
Okay, this seems like a little bit of a leading question, but Glenn Adam Schweitzer says, what would you say is the most buoyant hair to use on a steelhead skater? We've had a lot of hair questions today, so I'm not sure if he's, you know, not sure what he means by hair, but you know, we'll take a stab at it. What do you think?
I think he's talking about something we actually sell in the shop, like deer hair.
Oh, okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah, let's go there.
That's it, natural hair.
Yes.
Natural hair. Who knows if how much of mine is natural? That's a trade secret. Deer hair. There you go.
Deer hair.
Deer hair and foam.
Deer hair. Some people use moose hair. Really,
Moose
you
hair's
know,
cool.
kind of
Yeah.
spindly, wiry, you know, hair.
Moose hair muddler.
Yeah, polar bear I think was used a fair amount before it was not available.
Yeah.
But yeah, deer hair is the way to go.
Any big game animal over
Yes.
200 pounds.
There you go. Just run right up to it and get a chunk, and you'll be good.
Yep. Yep. That you have to read that one. I'm out of questions.
You're out of questions,
except
buddy.
for that one. You have to do that one. So
Why don't you just hop right into my list here?
Bailey Kate 3 from
Kate.
Instagram. Kate, to both Will and John, what is your favorite setup to fish in the winter time on the Rogue? I know it's a tough question because everyone is different, but what is something that you take out every time with you? Favorite setup?
Tough one. I have to say, I pretty much use the same stuff for winter. I mean, I guess in the winter, it's just pretty much all Skagit, but I fish Skagit a lot. So, you know, it's not that I'm, you know, really changing things up. I like to fish a lot of 12-foot rods, you know, and I have been fishing lighter and lighter rods for summer stuff and smaller flies when the water's clear and low. But you know, winter is really about tips and stuff. So I'm probably looking for a 13-foot rod, you know, something that'll throw up to T14 really comfortably. I might bump the fly size up slightly, but you know, it still could be a 7-weight. It's an easy 7-weight, you know. Not too many places where I wouldn't feel comfortable, you know, with a 7-weight for West Coast steelhead.
Yeah, I'll have a few 7s in the boat and probably 1 8. And that 8 will do the dirty work. And the 7 with the most horsepower will be the lesser dirty work, and you know, have a couple other rods with some lighter tips.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But if you're gonna buy one rod for winter conditions and you already have a 7, then you're gonna get an 8.
You're going to get an 8.
Yep.
Yeah, you're going to get a 13-foot 8, you know, 12 and a half, 13-foot 8. That's a good one. Even 12, actually, I love the 12-foot 1. Or 12-foot X. Awesome rod.
Well, we had a little exchange between Ted Akazuki and Dax Messett on
Yes,
Instagram.
we did. Yes, we did.
So Ted, I line my 8-weight switch with a 550 short. If I line my 8-weight switch with a 550 short, who will win the Super Bowl?
This is a great question.
Dax Messett replies, the Steelers, no matter what line it is.
It's really making a
So that question got answered.
boom. Yeah.
Dax is from Pennsylvania.
Aha.
He's a little bitter right now
Okay.
about the catch.
I did see that.
The Patriot game.
Yeah, I did see that happen.
Sorry,
yeah.
Dax. I shed a tear for you, although I'm a closet Patriots fan. That was not a catch by definition. That was not a catch. Sorry, Dax.
But Dax just keeps going.
It was a catch. Like, if I throw you this thing
Yeah.
and you catch it, and then you go to, that was not a catch, Will.
That was clearly not a catch.
Clearly, we're not a wide receiver.
That's why I'm not in the NFL.
So Ted responds to Dax, I hear Brady throws a long line with a 9150 Brownie. That's an old Sage Brownie, 9150.
Nice rod.
Dax responds, at Ted Akazuki, I'll bet he does, buddy. I also bet if Brady fished, he would cheat and use beads and claim he is actually fly fishing. Hashtag cheating Patriots. Hashtag cheating bead fishermen. Ted responds, at Dax Messett, Tom Beatty, fly fisherman extraordinaire.
It seems like they kind of got on their own. They just kind of got on their own thing.
They did, and I missed a question. Dak's actual question, I totally blew it. I missed it. Is fishing a bead above a bear hook under a bobber illegal in Oregon?
Oh, that's too good.
You're gonna have to call
ODF and W,
and maybe the
governor.
the game warden, the governor. We gotta call the governor. Well, I'll just say this: we're a fly shop.
That's right.
Yeah, we sell flies.
Yeah.
You're up, buddy.
Yeah, BC Salmon 365 from
move past
Instagram.
that.
How long have you been filming ideas and videos for YouTube, and what made you decide to start? I've learned lots from the many vids you guys have released. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Right on, BC Salmon.
Yeah, it's just fun. We have fun with it. It's cool. It's obviously it's a huge part of our culture, and it's gives us kind of a place to talk about the things that we like to talk about, and a place to educate and teach, and yeah, it's just it's something that I think we both always kind of wanted to do in this field. So that's the short answer.
We've had a lot of brainstorming sessions and
Yes, we have
whiteboards with ideas on it, and
many whiteboards,
and some planning, and yeah, it just kind of happened.
Yeah.
So, thank you for watching BC Salmon
Yes.
365.
Thank you.
Jimsons from Instagram.
Yep.
Jimsons. How often does mono running line need to be replaced? Asking for a friend, LOL. I work mine over pretty hard. They're in a lot of hands. It'll get twisted over time. That upper 15 feet, cut it off, tie a new loop knot, put your head back on. But, every couple of years, if you're fishing it hard.
It's a really nice thing about mono is being able to, cut 20 feet off or whatever, and you're back to good, or flip it around or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a nice thing about it.
Yeah. I would say this, and I see this a lot in my boat. Most people, I think, use too light of mono running line or shooting line. So, if you bring a 7 weight, I like 44 pound.
Yeah.
I see a lot of 35 and 30, and to me, that's just too light. It's not necessary.
So small. Yeah, it's so hard to hold on to with a bigger head. So yeah, I would totally agree.
Yeah, when in doubt, go heavier. It'll be easier to handle and last a little longer.
Yep. Great. We're getting towards the end. We have a great question from Stan Zarnowicki here. One of the reasons that I frequent privately owned fly shops is because of the interesting array of artwork that is displayed in the bathroom. What is up on the walls is a reflection of the owner. I visited your shop and your bathroom, and you do not have anything in the bathroom besides what is supposed to be there. Thank God for the bare minimum. I think he was feeling really lucky that at least that was there. Will you be decorating your bathroom before I visit again? Do you need any assistance?
We might.
We do. I think we never have really done that here, where we just had like a huge stickered wall or something like that. Although the hallway to the bathroom, it has some pretty good stuff in it. But I did take some action there, Stan, and for you live customers, this isn't going to make sense, but here's a before picture of the bathroom, and here's an after picture. So hopefully, that's going to work for you, Stan. But that's the best I could do in the last half an hour.
When I go into a truck stop and stand at the urinal,
yeah,
often there's like advertisements of what's on sale right there.
Well,
sometimes there's in a sports bar there's a TV, so I don't have I don't miss a play.
That's right.
Maybe we should have a little flat screen with our YouTube videos
playing on a loop in there.
Our bathroom might get more play.
It might get more play. I mean, I would hope we wouldn't like lock anyone in overnight or something. They might just stay there.
Maybe we should make a shop policy that every time we change the window display, we change the bathroom display.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. I like that. We're working on it, Stan. You've given us a lot. I really personally, I thought that just having the cleanest bathroom in the West was enough, but obviously I need to up my game there. So I'm definitely gonna put some energy in there, in the bathroom.
That could be the most critical and best question.
Excellent.
Of the day.
A very, very good question. It came in late.
Thank you, Stan.
Great. We did it. We got through all the questions. We have some really pretty mediocre stuff to give away, so we'll be contacting a handful of you, the questions that we like the most, and you can come on in or we'll shoot you off a few things there. Thanks for participating.
Hope to see you again next time, and we'll try to do better.
We will. We'll try to do better.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget that... You ready for this?
Yep. You asked for it.
Even if you didn't.